here we are, episode 13. So, everything's dry, everything's all done. I think we'll all agree it looks a lot better than it did. I'm actually really looking forward to getting stuck into the back end in the next couple of weeks. And we can get all that sanded back and welded up, and then we can paint that. And then that's all the welding done, which is fantastic. So today what we'll do, we'll get everything bolted back together, bolt all this together, and just titivate and just do little bits and pieces. We've got to do this side of the axle and the suspension, the turret and all that sort of stuff. We need to do this side. I'm kind of thinking about finishing this side off first. Got new seals, new gaskets, everything like that. So it might be worth cracking on with that. Could also put the radius arm on, that could get bolted on now. And do the wheel bearings and bits and pieces. There's a lot to do. Obviously won't get it all done today, but we'll make a good start of it. I don't see much point in bolting this wing on yet. I was thinking about, as much as I really want to bolt it on, at the moment, I've got really good access to, where is it? To this down here, the slave cylinder. So I need to replace that, and I've got all the new parts to replace that. So I might as well just do that now. I'm trying to remember actually where that, because there's a steel pipe that goes from there to the master. That connects to that flexi hose. I've taken it off because it was snapped. Does it have a bracket that it bolts through? It might have a bracket, you know. I might have missed a bracket. I'll have to look into that. I might have a little look on the other one if that's the same sort of design. Oh no, it wouldn't be, would it? It's an automatic. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there should have been a bracket there. I feel like it might have actually been something to do with this. I don't know. I'll have to work that all out. But yeah, I'll just stick it on a time lapse. I might do a little bit of commentary over the time lapse. Just leave it going all day, sort of explain what I'm doing. Might just be a little bit different than you guys just sitting there listening to that horrific music that I play over everything. But we'll see how it goes. Just be a day of just getting little bits and pieces done. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll keep pushing on. Okay, so we've made a little bit of progress, did a little bit of work off camera. Some of it was on camera, as you saw. So we got the hub, new bearings, new nuts, new washers, etc. all for the hub, that's all on. Got new caliper on, 2 new brake lines, strut, spring. This has been cleaned and painted. Got the, I don't know what you call that. Is it a fuse board? I guess it's a fuse board. That's back in again. I've painted it, as you can see. Looks a lot nicer. I've also cleaned the bulkhead up, so you can see all the blue paint. I've removed this panel, the rusty one. Luckily, it's very, very clean underneath. Just giving that little wipe over, so that'll be good. We have got this brake servo is now in primer, just awaiting the paint to turn up. The bumper, made some good progress with the bumper, as you can see, but ran out of motivation with it. It looks like it has about 3 to 4 layers of paint, and one of them is a rubberized paint. So what I ended up doing was using a heat gun to try and scrape it off, but found that using the flap disc really took a lot of it off. I mean, there's some imperfections there, but just going over it with a little, with the sander, lifted most of those up, and it'll probably just need a little skimmer filler before it goes back on again. But quite happy with how that's come out. It's about 3/4 done. This I've just given it a little bit of a wild wheel and a clean up to see how it goes. I'm going to reuse some of the brake lines, but some of them I'll make new. Obviously, any that don't attach to here and to the mast end will need to be new, because they're going to be imperial on this end, and then they're going to be metric for the front, because I've converted the front to metric apart from the master cylinder. What else have we done? We took the front brake lines off. We have had a bit of actually we've had a massive result. So remember, I was having a problem with that clutch line, couldn't find one, didn't really fancy making one. Well, here we go. Look at that little beauty. So this clutch line, believe it or not, was on the other Range Rover out there. So it used to be a manual, and they converted it to automatic, and they'd left the clutch line on there. It was awful. It's been wire wheeled and cleaned, but she's connected, which is fantastic. We've also got the new slave cylinder down there. I didn't realise when I was installing all of this that you're actually meant to drill a hole through the body mount down here, and this connects through there. However, I snapped probably 3 or 4 drill bits trying to do it. It's just the angle's too sharp. So what I've done is I created this plate here, which is very strong, very, very strong, no flex in that at all. It was actually part of an Easy-Ons panel that was left over that I trimmed down. So it's good, you know, strong 1mm thick steel. That's done that. So basically we are at a position now where we can put the inner wing on. Yeah, fantastic. I can't wait. We've got all of the inside, that's all done. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but you can see it's all bolted in. Have realised that this panel is supposed to be under this panel, so that's got to come off. I'm trying to, if anybody knows a supplier for the screws that hold this rear panel down, I believe they're this kind of screw. Try and put that in the light for you. This kind of horrific screw. Please do, because Famous 4 stock them, but they're 52p each, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think, to be honest, if we got 20, we wouldn't have enough, and I don't really want to spend, you know, over £10 on a few boxes of screws. But yeah, there we go. So that's the end of the episode, guys. As you can see, we've made some quite good progress here. I'll crack on tonight and start a new episode. But yeah, fingers crossed it won't take a lot before it goes together. I do, actually, that's a good point. I will say I need to take this swivel housing. All this needs to come off, because I need to replace that seal, that intermediate seal in there for the half shaft to stop the oil mixing with grease. But there's no point in me taking that off yet, because I'm short of this gasket here that goes between the stub axle and the swivel housing. Actually no, I didn't order any of them, but in the history file, really weirdly, was one gasket for one side, which is on the other side, because I took that one apart and installed that. But yeah, that'll be a job for the next episode. We'll remove this, but there's no point in removing this until we get the new gasket, because it's just, you know, I'd rather just do it while it's fresh in my head. I'll put the brake lines in here. I'm starting to just basically connect any part up where it should go, even if it's got to come off again at least it then allows me to see what I need and what I'm missing. Such as I've just remembered I need to find a grommet for here and here, and also here and here, because I don't think anything connects to there. I think obviously it's a multiple fit panel. It's probably the exact same one as that 85 one out there. But yeah, anyway, thanks for looking, guys, watching even. And I'll put a new episode out next week.